Separate heaven and earth and wise OWL gazes backwards withdrawing the bow to shoot the hawk. The second sequence is made up of 3 individual moves as the title suggests. While each individual move can be practiced separately, the first 2, separate heaven and earth and wise owl gazes backwards, could be connected and observed as one continuous sequence, just like shown here. Given the similarly unilateral nature of the third move, drawing the bow to shoot the hawk, it is a good idea to connect it up to the previous 2. This will have the additional benefit of having to stand in MaBu for a shorter time at once, with the possible disadvantage of the sequence becoming quite long. If you experience fatigue, or shortness of breath, do not be afraid to break down the sequence to individual moves. It is not important in which order you perform the moves, you can mix them up in any way you like. This also holds true to the rest of the Ba Duan Jin exercise and to all sequences, with the exception of the last one. The order they are introduced in is only a suggestion. This sequence offers many health benefits, regulating and strengthening different parts of the body and many internal organs. The first move has positive effects on the stomach and the spleen. The second move helps to prevent injuries and strain, through turning the head, the neck, and the whole upper body, while twisting the spine. The third move regulates the kidneys and once again the spleen, exercising the whole of the waist area. Both of the aforementioned stances, MaBu, or horse stance, and Gongbu, or bow and arrow stance, are essential for the last movement of this sequence. The opening and closing moves are the same as for all sequences. Do not forget the opening and closing moves, right before and after the sequence. Separate heaven and earth. As you inhale, bring both hands up, palms facing upwards. When you reach about chest height, start sliding your left hand under your right elbow, and your right hand would move across your body, just in front of your shoulders. At the same time, your left hand goes all the way under the right elbow, both palms still facing upwards. Now exhale and turn your left palm down, bringing it down to your side. At the same time, turn your right hand out to your right side, next to your head, palms still facing up. Continuing to exhale, push your palms in opposite directions, right hand pushing up, left pushing down. Keep both shoulders down. Do not let your right shoulder lift up to your ear. As you continue to push in opposite directions, palms stretched, fingers flexed backwards, hold this position for 3 inhales and exhales. Wise OWL gazes backwards, inhale, and lower your right hand, while keeping the right elbow pointed out to the side. Put your hand behind your head, your fingertips should be able to touch your ears but keep your fingers straight. Your left hand goes up, behind your back, resting on your right kidney, with your palm facing outwards. Keep your back as straight as possible, and try to minimize sideways movement of the torso. You should feel a slight stretch in your left shoulder and in your right side at the top of your back. As you start to exhale, slowly turn your torso to the left, looking over your left shoulder. You should be able to look behind yourself this way, your hands and elbows staying in position, relative to your head and back. Try to turn from the waist, not from the knees. With an inhale, turn back to the starting position. Exhale, then inhale with turning similarly 2 more times. Finish the movement with a last inhale. Drawing the bow to shoot the hawk. As you exhale, step out with your right foot to the side and squat down to MaBu, your hands retaining their positions. As you start to inhale, extend your right arm to the right side, palm facing up, while your left hand comes in front of your right shoulder, palm facing away, towards your right. Continue inhaling, as you start turning your torso to the front, your outstretched arm following the movement and your eyes follow the tips of your fingers. Keep turning, until your right arm is now stretched to the left side, across your body. Your left hand is still in front of your right shoulder, now your palm facing the shoulder, but not touching. While you turn, your stance changes from MaBu, or horse stance, to Gongbu or bow and arrow stance gradually. Now exhale. Clench your right hand into a fist and start pulling it back, while pushing the outstretched palm of your left hand to the opposite direction, as if you were pushing something away with your left, pulling with the right, or as the name indicates, drawing up a bow and arrow to shoot. Continue pushing and pulling simultaneously, until your left arm is fully outstretched and your right fist cannot move any more backwards, with your right elbow held at shoulder height, or just below. While you push and pull away, your hips should follow the movement of your shoulders and your stance should gradually return to MaBu. As you reach the final position, stay in there for 3 full breaths, inhales and exhales. With an inhale, turn your left palm up and relax your right fist. Bring your open palm beside your left shoulder, palm facing toward your left hand. Continuing to inhale, turn your torso to the front, your left arm drawing in to the front of your chest. Now both hands are facing up, fingers pointed towards each other, elbows out to the side. As you exhale, turn your palms down and push them towards the ground, keeping them parallel. Inhale, and turn your palms in, then slightly up, lifting them up, as if you were to pick up water to wash your face, just like in the opening movement. At the same time, draw your right foot closer to the left and straighten your knees. If you have only completed the sequence once, now stand up and repeat the sequence to the left side as well. If you have completed the sequence both sides, finish it with the closing move. This concludes the sequence of separate heaven and earth, and wise owl gazes backwards withdrawing the bow to shoot the hawk.